We are now live. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Oh, interesting.
Can we go ahead and open the spreadsheet and everything?
Yeah, go to your tab, which should be empty.
And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, before anyone can look at their things, I'm gonna explain the rules to stream. So, morning, everyone. This is challenge 9 of the DKCS, the last race before playoffs. And today we have Challenge 9 is called You've Made Your Point. The objective is to choose your own adventure. Select the goals from the given list that you would like to do and complete them all in the time limit. So our runners are going to have 10 minutes to select goals from a given list to them, and each goal is assigned a point value. They'll have 90 minutes to try to accomplish these goals, and at the end of the ones they've completed, they'll get all of those points, and they will lose the points of all of the goals that they have not completed.
All right. Is everyone on their sheet of the spreadsheet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and everyone is ready to go on race time. Yeah.
114 goals? That is way too many goals. Wow.
Korkaba, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Well, in this case, I am going to start the race, and so once the countdown starts, just everyone can leave the voice. Oh, actually, one thing I think did we mention that we are doing?
We
runner
would like to do
interview?
runner interviews for this one.
Right.
For the
So the
that are
four
on
people
stream.
that are being restreamed, which is Zorulda, Cfox, Adam, and Jeff, we will drag you to the other VCs. So you don't have to leave the voice chat, but everyone else needs to leave the call. All right, so I'm going to start the countdown.
Can we leave this voice chat and then you'll pull us into another one?
Yeah, just stay here and I'll drag you to the other one.
Perfect.
Can I ask you a question before we
And,
start?
and you're gonna make the goals appear and stuff?
Yeah.
I am going to make the goals appear when it starts.
What's up, Candy Boots?
Are all of the goals that are in row 2 between row 2 and row 14 of column A, are all of those in the same red box? So I can only choose... Okay, so I can choose at most 3 from that.
Yeah.
Okay. But if there's
Including...
like a purple box within the red box, that means that you have to pick one of the things in the purple box.
But you don't have to. You can pick one at maximum from the purple box.
Do you only pick 4 goals in the red box, or...?
You pick at most 3. You have to pick at least 1, but at most 3 from the whole red box.
In case you're confused, the goals that you can no longer pick because of some restriction will always be grayed out and striked out.
Okay.
Okay.
Like as soon as you pick 3 red box goals, the other ones will be striked out. Okay. Everyone's ready? I'm gonna start the countdown. All right, 15 seconds.
GLGL.
Good luck, everyone.
Should we deafen?
You should leave the call.
No.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna.
Good luck,
okay.
Right.
And Zorulda. There we go. All right. And okay.
So we are gonna bring up the runners choosing their goals.
Make sure to share screen whenever you can.
Yep. Oh, actually, I should have just brought up the goal list to go through them really fast. I think I still will. I just need to set that up.
Okay.
Yes. I'll open up Zorulda's. so we can show you guys what the general rules are. Or what the general goals are.
Right. Although you need to switch the view so we can see the whole thing.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah, I was having a bit of trouble here. Okay, so there's a lot of goals. There's 114 different goals, as we see Zorulda is starting to make his picks here. So the restriction goals, they can only pick 3, but they have to pick at least 1. Never free one of the 5 Kongs, or no instruments, no guns, no purchasing transformation barrels, no face tricks, no banana ports, no rainbow coins. Face tricks is actually pretty tricky because it's not just face walking, it's also like face swimming, face falling, any trick that involves abusing the phase angle to clip through walls. And then there's, a lot of different stuff. There's a few goals that are interesting because it like the finish with exactly 25 or 50 GBs in row 23, 24. And in the second column, there's finish with exactly 801 colored bananas. So those goals are tricky because like you need to be really careful about what exactly you're getting. Otherwise, there's, all the GBs in specific areas of levels, all the bonus barrels in a given level, racing the car Beetle Rabbit once or twice, doing all the minecart stuff, so the minecart mayhems and the minecarts, like the races with the coins, the baboon blast courses, doing spawn snags, collecting one golden banana twice, which actually is like a small sidestep from the usual rules that we have in DKCS. Rareware GB, 3 GBs with the wrong Kong, some colored banana golds, banana medals, banana fairies, blueprints. Then we got all blueprints in 3 or 5 levels. You can't pick both of them. Killing a cast flat and then getting the blueprint with another Kong, and then beating bosses with the worst Kong possible, like Majak is lanky, Pufftoss has DK, Armadillo 2 is tiny, Dogadon 2 with no quick kill. And then we have some crown stuff, Rareware coin, Nintendo coin. That's a fun one. Getting 25,000 points or 30,000 points in DK Arcade. That's a really tough challenge. In column 3, we have some coin stuff, rainbow coins, and buying upgrades, all the warps, and then enter every level, and then some special stuff that we usually wouldn't do because we can skip them. So make the llama spit, R&D grates, turn on production room, turn on lighthouse, plant the bean, open the winch GB cage in fungi, open the gorilla gone gate in fungi lobby, activate the DK stars in galleon and caves, break Chunky's ice shield in caves. Banana shoes, that's a weird one. You need to wedge clip in the banana horde to have the weird stepping on bananas sound as you walk around. Kill a giant kosha, watch the rabbit die, shoot a bunch of gun switches, slam a red tiny switch, there's only one in the game. Melon crates, there's a bunch of stuff in there. So they have 10 minutes to make their choice, of which I bet like half of it's already gone.
Most of the runners today are well-versed in bingo, so I think having done a lot of bingos is good prep for this, because you know generally what's going to be faster, what's going to be slower, you know how to route out different little goals like this.
Although most of the goals that we went for are slightly different from what you would do in bingo. There's some of them that are like basically the same as a bingo goal, but a lot of them are just unique that you wouldn't see them in the bingo. All right.
Looks like Zorulda's planning on doing a lot of GB stuff right now. Obviously, there's
Shall we look at the?
There's still about 5 minutes left.
Shall we look at the forerunners and their choices? All right. So, and when you have time, can you bring up the timer there as well? We have almost 6 minutes of gone.
Yeah.
And so Zorulda has made a lot of decisions. He's taking a lot of stuff. Will he have time to do all of that?
I'm a little concerned with
so-
Adam currently only having 1 up right now.
Yeah, that is indeed strange. Cfox, no face tricks, no face tricks. Wow, we have 3 people going for no face tricks. They need to remember it's not just face walk, it's also face swim and face fall. Face swim is the one that's like really easy to forget that you can't do in this. Defeat Key rule? Is he insane? Zorulda is insane. How much time does he think he has?
It's very easy to underestimate how little time 90 minutes is, I think.
Yeah, I think Zorulda is way like over choosing goals right now. I think he's underestimating what he's picking, because like 20 GBs with 1 Kong as well as all 5 for all 5 Kongs in one level, that's like 40 GBs right there. And then all 7 bonus barrels in castle. Wow, he's making those really long goals, picking them. Like all blue warps means he needs to go to every single level, including Helm. Free KLMZ means he needs to fight every single boss and get key 8. And then also defeat K. Rool. I think that there's no way Zorulda completes all of that. Meanwhile, Cfox, all 5 DK GBs, 10 GBs with a single Kong. 2 DK blueprints, 4 daily blueprints. Looks like he's going to be DK focused. He chose banana shoes. Interesting. 3 different koshas with oranges. Turn on production. Looks like Cfox is just going for a very DK heavy route here. Adam's going for no instruments, no guns, no face tricks. 20 GBs with a Kong. Interesting. Yeah, now he's really picking his stuff. We'll get back to him once he has made more choices. Alright, Jeff is going for never free tiny, enter 5 levels or fewer, and no face tricks. And then all 5 DK GBs in any level, all 5 Diddy GBs in any level, Seer Race GB as DK, Puff Toss as DK, 30,000 points in DK Arcade. That's going to be interesting to watch him get that.
Ooh, who did
50
that?
coins on all 5 bones. Sorry?
Sorry, I was checking who did that. It was Jeff.
Jeff. Make the llama spit, open the R&D grate, turn on production room, turn on lighthouse, watch the rabbit die. 1 goal went away, I don't know which one, and break all 14 chests with our on guard. Alright. They have 1 minute left.
We're in our last minute. I think Bismuth, once we've started talking, would be happy to explain what banana shoes are.
Yeah. So Adam is settling, I think, on...
Ooh, he's doing
some
rare
really...
GB. He's gone for high points, but few tricks. Or few goals.
I'm interested how he...
how's he can't get rare GB without guns.
I was gonna say he can't get rare GB without no face tricks. Or with, like, no face tricks. Because I think he might want to do the thing where he picks up the GB without the fairies, but you need to phase to do that first, I think.
Are you ready to go close people's sheets?
Right. Thank you
10
for
seconds.
reminding me. I'm going to give them an extra, like, 3 because I opened it late. Alright. And they should start the game. I'm going to make this vanish. There we go. They can no longer select goals.
Uh-oh, at some point in that, Adam's stream went down, but I will bring it back up. Oh, his stream is just down right now, I think. Would you mind keeping an eye on that for me, Bismuth?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I think every sheet should look good. Oh my god. I just saw Znernicus total.
Znern's total. Oh my god, Znern is going for something crazy here. Who's surprised though?
Yeah.
Oh,
He could get burned though. He could overestimate himself and end up on
yeah, it's a
probably,
really risky way to play.
yeah, probably not on negative points, but he might just lose a lot of points to failing some challenges. Not challenges with goals.
Oh gosh, we have half the streams not playing stuff right now. A good time to talk about what people went for off of stream, though, if you want to talk about that. Bismuth?
Yeah, sorry, I was doing some logistical stuff. Okay, so what are we talking about? Actually, give me a second, real quick.
Adam's stream is completely down. I hope that it's,
Yeah, I'm thinking Adam might have a connection issue because he wasn't responding in the VC either. Okay, so hello? Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you saying before you were talking about other runners, I think?
I was asking if while everyone was doing training barrels and half of the streams aren't actually showing anything right now, if we wanted to talk about what the 3 off-stream runners were doing as well.
Right. So I'll start with TJ. Sorry, I'll start with. Actually, they selected both the same amount of points. So I'll start with TJ. Wait, am I crazy? Hold on. I need to figure out something. Oh, okay, I know what happened. Sorry. TJ's points were wrong here. They did not collect the same amount of points. Okay, so TJ went for 72 points. He's going for Never Free Tiny and no face tricks and enter 5 levels or fewer. I expected of anyone to go for no face tricks, it would be TJ. And then all 5 DK GBs in any level, 20 GBs with a single Kong, finish with exactly 25, get seal races DK. So it looks like this is a DK, the DK heavy one. Both face puzzles collect the same GB twice. Open the R&D grates, turn on production room, turn on lighthouse, break 8 different melon crates, and break all 14 underwater chests with Engard. So that's what TJ went for. Very DK heavy set of goals. Yeah, that's a. I feel like it's a little light. He might find himself finishing with a lot of time to spare. Candy Boots. Oh, Candy Boots is interestingly taking notes on the spreadsheet.
Nothing against that. No rules against that. I'm actually not surprised that he's choosing to do that. I think that's really smart.
Okay. Jeff was asking me about Swim Through Shores, which is not a face trick.
It's not.
All right, so Candy Boots is going for Never Free Tiny, so he's not going to do that. No instruments as his 2 restriction goals, and he has a long list of pretty short goals. So Candy Boots is going for all 5 DK Lanky and Chunky GBs in any level. Both face puzzles, race the car only once, all 7 B-Blast courses, 3 spawn snags, which he's already noted, 3 GBs with the wrong Kong, 300 colored bananas with any Kong, and also in 2 different levels. And then a bunch of blueprints. Mad Jack is lanky, Dogadon 2 no quick kill, 3 crowns without taking damage, coin goals, all the warps. Actually, no, not all the warps. Blue, green, red, yellow. So no purple warps. All warps in 5 levels. Enter every level. Make the llama spit. R&D grates. Production room. Lighthouse. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of short stuff, though. 3 different coasters with oranges, and finally 14 underwater chests with Vanguard. So, yeah, there's a lot of short stuff that he's doing, but I think it might still be a little too much, and he might find himself not completing everything. Znernicus. Znernicus picked 197 points. And there's no way he gets that done. Never free Diddy, never free Chunky. That's interesting restrictions. And he's going DK Lanky Tiny GBs in a level, 20 GBs with 1 Kong. And then Seal Race has DK, 7 B Blast, 3 Spawn Snags. Collect the same GB twice, 3 GBs with the wrong Kong, 300 colored bananas with a Kong, 10 fairies, 2 DK blueprints, all 8 tiny blueprints. Magic is Lanky, 3 crowns, Nintendo coin, all rainbow coins, 100 coin with a Kong. Blue, green, purple, and yellow warps. All warps in 5 levels. Enter every level, turn on production room, turn on lighthouse, banana shoes, kill the giant kosha, watch the rabbit die, 3 different koshas with oranges, kill the 3 different koshas, break 8 different melon crates, shut down Blastomatic, and defeat Key Roll. All in 1 hour and a half. There's no way. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff to do.
I will say when I was testing this the very first time, I ended in the negatives because I way overshot. And I think I overshot with about 190 points. So, I mean, Znernicus is better than I am, obviously. But I wouldn't be surprised if he definitely shot for the stars and is expecting to leave a couple of them behind. Maybe that's the strat.
Yeah. What's going on? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. This was rather insane, but I think I'm ready to settle down into commentary now.
So Cfox did no phase trick, so he did spend a little bit of extra time in training grounds, but because we were talking, I actually didn't catch if he did banana shoes. Would we see it ticked off on our part of the sheet?
Well, yeah, if he takes it off, we're gonna see it. Right. I'm gonna keep an eye on this as well. That's a lot of stuff to keep an eye on. All right, so what do we have? We have Cfox already going to Fungi. Cfox is currently in the lead with negative 57 points. Right, I should explain the lead, the scoreboard. So the scoreboard will automatically update, and there are 2 points column. The first one, POT, that's potential. That's how many points they can potentially get if they complete every single goal. And the second points is how many points they currently have, assuming that everything that's not currently ticked off is failed. Right. Yeah, so the challenge does resemble Ticket to Ride a little bit, yeah, in which the things that you don't complete, you lose the points for them. That was definitely an inspiration. So yeah, the potential is how many points they can potentially get, and the points is how many points they currently have, assuming that everything that's not ticked off is failed. So they're going to start in the negatives, and then they're going to build up points to eventually end up in the positive, I think. Right. Let me adjust this a little bit. I don't know if you can tweak the capture of the scoreboard a little bit, because it was clipping the... I didn't expect the negative 3 digits when I made that.
I'll update it.
Just like the yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, as an earn currently sitting on negative 165, he's probably done a one thing or two and probably marked his restriction goals.
I think Candy Boots has done the same because he's at negative 138.
Yeah, I know Candy Boots already marked off Never Free Tiny, which is worth 9 points. So instead of losing 9, he gains 9, which is worth 18. So he's 18 up from the start.
Yeah, the way that we decided how many points never freeing certain Kongs was we looked at the rest of the goals, and I think Tiny was the one who was most important to most of the goals, so we gave her, I think, the highest amount.
I think Never Free DK is the highest.
Did anyone choose that?
I don't think so. Alright, so Zorulda picking up blueprints. Cfox picking up rainbow coins, as well as Jeff. It's gonna be hard to follow what they're even going for at this point.
Yeah, so the way that they would never free DK is by never entering a tag barrel. Or hitting the Simian Slam at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
If
The easiest way to not never free DK is like, if you only ever play as DK to start with, and you don't enter a tag barrel, he's gonna stay not free. And then once you go to cutout and you start freeing other Kongs, if you like exit cutout as another Kong without having entered the tag barrel as DK, then you're gonna get the yellow question mark and you kind of lose DK at that point. You can still play as DK afterwards, either by going into cutout to tag him, or just by resetting the game and re-enter your file, because you're just DK when you start playing again. And when you do that, you can actually like get to do stuff as DK without freeing him, but then you're stuck like not tagging anyone because that would free DK. So it is like a really precarious state to be in, not having free DK, but it is doable. I don't think anyone went for that. All right, so we see Cfox doing banana shoes. So, right, I meant to explain what banana shoes is. Oh, I did, right? I did explain it. So this is how you get banana shoes. Now, we don't have his audio, so we won't be able to hear it, but when you wedge clip on a banana, you can then walk out of bounds, and you'll preserve the banana surface, sort of, and you'll make banana squishing sounds when you walk around, and that's banana shoes. There we go. Cfox, I think, got it. That was a late addition, actually. we originally were thinking of adding it as a meme goal in the example sheet, but we went ahead and added it to the actual list of goals.
Yeah, this spreadsheet has been done for like 4 months, and we made that banana shoes change yesterday. Just as the last minute one.
Yeah, aside from like a couple of points changed last minute, this thing has been finished for a really long time.
So Cfox is our first person to be done a goal on stream.
Nice. Yeah, banana shoe is worth 1 point, so he goes up to negative 55, still in the lead. Can we take a second to appreciate that Znernicus is in 7th right now, last place? The more goals you pick at the start, the more it sets you back, but obviously the more you can, the more points you can end up making. While testing, I didn't actually perform a full test myself, but just like picking goals, what like seemed like it made sense. It seemed like a decent, like good spot to end up on is roughly between like 80 and 110, 120 points. Which I find interesting that basically no one, like Jeff and Adam are 84, 85, which is a little on the low side, and Candy Boots, Zorulda are in 156, 158, which is definitely on the high side. I would have, when I was just trying picking goals for myself, I always ended up around 90, 100, 110.
We had 2 goals that we were kind of calling the bait goals. And that was defeat K. Rool and Rare GB. We didn't expect anyone to
I did not pick the goal.
necessarily...
Sorry.
Yeah, we weren't really expecting anyone to choose them, but they were there for really high points if anyone dared to go for them. And it looks like we have a few people going for them, actually. Zorulda took beat K. Rool. I think Znernicus also took defeat K. Rool. Are you fixing that goal that broke in Zorulda's?
Sorry, what?
One of the goals in Zorulda's sheet broke.
Okay. Check that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, sure.
Oh, so we just got word from Zorulda that he misread Free K. Lumsy as Spawn K. Rool's ship. So he did not mean to take that goal.
I went ahead and made the the executive decision to take it away from him. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep that here. I really wish I had like 4 screens right now. I have only 1. All right. Ooh, Jeff is going for minecart. Did he minecart? Does he have the... What does he have? All 5 Diddy GBs and Japes maybe he's doing? All right. Oh yeah, that's the one that broke. Okay. There we go. That's fixed. All right, so I think Jeff is going for all 5 Diddy GBs and Japes, and he also has all 5 GBs for all 5 cones in 1 level. So I'm thinking he might. He also has all 500 colored bananas in a level. So I'm thinking he's gonna just like 100% Japes. I think that's his play here. So we're gonna see Jeff spend a lot of time in Japes, probably close to half an hour. Actually, maybe even more. With moves and blueprint turn-ins. And all 500 colored bananas. Yeah, that's definitely more than half an hour in Japes. Meanwhile, Zorulda going for Chunky's Beaver Bother. Zorulda has no instruments as his restriction. He went for no other restriction. Oh. Right, sorry, thank you, HA. There we go, perfect.
Would you like to maybe drag someone in for an interview?
Oh yeah, we should do that. Let's get Jeff in first.
All right, I'll pull him in.
Morning.
Good morning.
All right, so want to talk us through your decision making for your goal choice?
Absolutely. Well, this time I decided to just do a nice, relaxing trip through Japes. So we are getting all five GBs for every Kong in Japes. We're also doing no phase tricks, which I was like, oh, that's gonna be easy. But then I kind of shot myself in the foot forgetting that phase swimming counts. But it's too late, so we're doing it live. So we're starting with clearing out Japes. We're doing organic Kongs because no phase tricks, and then we're spending a little bit of time in factory, getting some points in DK Arcade, turn on production room, a couple of quick things that just require going places and pulling a lever. And then we're spending a little bit of time in Galleon. Hopefully there's time for all of these as well. I did say that I want to go into 5 levels or less, but I could probably have gotten away with 3 or less, considering what I have. Except for Watch the Rabbit Die. I had to include Watch the Rabbit Die because I thought it was hysterical, but I might end up losing that point just because it's so out of the way compared to everything else.
Yep, makes sense. Although if you were doing organic Kongs, then 3 levels or less, and Galleon would not have been possible. But
Oh, that's true. You're right.
I won't strategize with you too much. But
I'm glad I put 5 because that would have been a dumb way to lose points.
all right. Well, yeah, we read your list of goals, and I was assuming that full completion of Japes was on your list there.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's just nice, easy, relatively glitchless last run here before the playoffs. Because I know I'm not getting in the playoffs, but this was still a lot of fun.
Well, great. I hope you enjoy this nice little stroll through Japes.
You know it.
I hope you brushed up on your colored banana locations, because all 500 means all 500.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't you worry.
All right,
Of course,
we'll
I'm
let you.
95 and at 95 with DK, and I'm like, I know where the last 5 is. I should have gone to the other Trophenskopf to get them, but it's fine.
All right, we'll let you focus on the rest of your challenge. Good luck. We might bring you back later to see how you're
Okay, no
doing.
worries, yeah.
All right, good luck.
Sounds great, and thank you.
All right, so yeah, Jeff has the plan of just like full completion of Japes. I think that I don't know if he's just not comfortable with the orange clip in Aztec, but unless I'm missing something, you can do Castle Kongs without phase tricks, because just clipping into the Aztec lobby with orange lag is not using any phase tricks. And then you can just like either orange clip to skip the llama cutscene or just watch it. And you can like ledge clip or moon kick in Trophenskopf to skip it. And then free, like, get key 5, free all the Kongs. So, not that organic Kongs is necessarily like a bad decision. I just think it wasn't necessarily required for him.
Yeah.
Cfox is also going for all 5 DK bananas in Japes.
Think we should bring him in?
Yeah, I'm gonna drag him in.
You do need to.
Mornin.
Morning.
Okay, so how much did you panic in the first 10 minutes to choose your goals?
A lot. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Like, did I underpick or did I overpick?
Want to talk us through? Well, I'm gonna just list the goals you picked first. So you picked no face tricks, all 5
Yeah, okay,
DKGBs
almost
in any
messed up.
level, 10 GBs with a Kong, all 4 GBs in Block Tower, all 4 bonus barrels in Japes, raise the car only once, 300 colored bananas with a Kong, 2 DK blueprints, 4 Diddy blueprints, Mad Jack is lanky, enter every level, open the R&D grates, turn on the production room, banana shoes, and kill 3 different koshas with oranges. So that's your total list of goals to do in an hour and 30.
Yep.
So, want to talk us through your decision making a little bit?
Yeah, I was kind of looking through the restriction ones and tried to pick something that I know I can get around, especially on N64. And I saw no phase tricks worth a good bit of points. I was just kind of hoping that maybe that one won't be so bad when I almost immediately messed it up in Japes and realized, oh, I can't swim through vertical walls in a phase trick.
Yeah.
So, and then I also realized I got to go to Galleon later.
Yeah, there's a
can't.
reason no face tricks is worth a lot of points. I think it's
Yeah.
it's a lot more like a stronger restriction than you would initially think.
I just unfortunately didn't think of that until it started. Well, I realized, like, as I was about to do wet escape and training grounds, that like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, in the previous DKCS we had third person adventure in which you could not go into first person at all, and that also prevented all the face tricks. And yeah, it turned out to be a stronger restriction than anyone had anticipated.
What else? I kind of just picked ones that I thought would be kind of quick, and that I could do. I figured I was gonna get all Kongs on this one. I've been kind of avoiding all Kongs and all the other routes, but all the other challenges. But I'm just gonna. I don't know. I didn't want to do no rainbow coins because I didn't want to hunt for coins. I probably could have done some others. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna use instruments now that I think about it, but oh well. Yeah, routing is not my strong suit. So this is going to be interesting.
All right. Well, we'll let you focus on your routing a little bit. We might drag you in later to judge how much of a breakdown you're having an hour in. But other than that, good luck.
Thanks.
Where's it there? All right. So yeah, Cfox also went for no face tricks and turned out to be a little more restrictive than he anticipated. Nice gas plant citruside there. He went for the orange kill on the gas plant. If we look at the scoreboard, has that changed a little bit? We haven't had many completed goals yet. Candy Boots has a few. Znernicus has a few. So Candy Boots is sitting on negative 122 now, and Znernicus on negative 161. They both have about 30-ish points, 34, 36 worth of completed stuff. So they have been making some progress, but so far everyone is still sitting in the negatives. Expected, only half an hour in, but as the...
I'm sorry, I was just looking through Adam's list. I think we're gonna see some interesting things attempted from him because he has no instruments and he has raced the beetle twice. So I think we're gonna be seeing
Whoa. Right.
seeing a beetle race entrance with the super lag like we saw Znernicus do for
Or he might just choose to give up one of them.
That's true too. Actually, he needs either an instrument or a gun to get in, doesn't he? Because with the lag, don't you need the feather?
You might be able to get away with like chucking a million oranges, but yeah, I think it's just something he didn't plan out. The time limit for this one is an hour and a half. Including the planning time, it's an hour and 40 minutes, but the timer on stream, like we started at negative 10 minutes, so it's going to be at 1:30. So they have about exactly 1 hour to go at the moment. Cfox is on negative 21 points now. He's almost
Of the people
Almost
on
reaching into the positive.
Yeah, of the people on stream, he's got the most goals done.
Yeah, I think he's tied with Znern in terms of how many points he's gotten off from the minimum, which is 36. So 18 points worth of stuff completed. I think, isn't it Zorulda who had a bunch of castle stuff? All 7 bonus barrels in Creepy Castle. Right. Zorulda went for a lot of things. I'm really curious to see how much stuff he's gonna actually manage to complete. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick reminder of what Zorulda picked before I drag him in. Go ahead.
Do you want me to bring up the scores actually right now? We haven't looked at them in a while. Just like I know you can see them, but for the stream, I can bring up the goal lists.
Right, the list from the 4 featured runners.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was gonna list the goals that Zorulda is going for, so that's actually good timing. So the restriction goal that Zorulda chose is no instruments, and then he's going for all 5 GBs in one level for every Kong. And also, one Kong needs 15. He's doing all the bonus barrels in Fungi, all the bonus barrels in Castle, both face puzzles, racing to be the ones, 3 spawn snags, 3 GBs in flight, 3 GBs with the wrong Kong. He could do Beanstalk with Tiny there to get both. Sorry, that's not the wrong Kong. It's just never mind. 10 fairies. He's already done 2 DK blueprints. All blueprints in 3 levels. 3 blueprints after killing the guest flat with another Kong. Beat Magic is lanky. Buy all the upgrades. Whoa, that's a lot of time.
Big one.
Tag all the blue warps, turn on production room, turn on lighthouse, break Chunky's ice shield in caves, watch the rabbit die, slam a red tiny switch, break 8 different melon crates, defeat K-Rool. Defeat K-Rool, like, how can you add that on top of everything else?
Yeah, this is a huge... I think he's going to be leaving. He's going to have to decide some of these to leave behind, because I don't think he's going to be able to do all of them.
So we're gonna drag him in and see what he thinks about it. Mornin, Zorulda.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I realized that I need to use instrument for one of the bonus GBs in Creepy Castle, and now I'm like, well, crap. I have to use the instrument.
Yeah.
Why not?
How is the 10 minutes the routing process of choosing all your goals? Did you panic a little bit?
I mean, I definitely panicked for the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then started to realize how I needed to start routing things. I started realizing that this was essentially like a create your own speed run, and it just needs to be done within 90 minutes. So I tried to keep that in mind. Tried not to have too many things clashing, but I got a little unlucky with the no instruments thing. I had to pick one of the restriction goals regardless, so it was either that or something else, and I can always just take the L on that and just lose those 3 points. It's only 3.
Yeah, I think at some point you can base your which one I'm actually completing versus which one I'm not completing based on how many points you're losing if you're not completing it.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to make those choices. But yeah, want to talk us through your plan for the next hour or 55 minutes?
Sure. So I'm gonna go back to the dungeon at this point. Now that I've gotten everyone's instrument and all the upgrades for these guys. Actually, I want to go back and do Lanky's bonus barrel that's over here. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do the crypt. I have a lot of time to spend in Creepy Castle. I'm gonna go to the crypt and do the bonus barrels there and buy all my funky upgrades.
Yeah, I
And the
noticed
reason I'm-
your. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the reason I'm doing all of that right now is because like I need those moves for Creepy Castle and I don't want to have to do a revisit. I think the revisit would cost a pretty similar amount of time in this case.
Yeah, I noticed your goal choice was pretty fungi and castle heavy.
Yep.
And
I
you
mean,
plan on
those were just
getting
the hard-hitting goals. Like, they were just, like, high-point goals that I thought that I could reasonably do.
yeah. And do you have any level in mind for the all 5 GBs for each Kong?
Yeah, so for that, I'm gonna do Chunkies in Castle, because that has a lot of good synergy. What else? For DK, I'm gonna do Jungle Japes most likely. Either yeah, I'll probably do Jungle Japes. What else? Get that GB. After that, I mean, I also have to tag the blue warps. Sorry, there's like a million things going on in my mind right now
Yeah,
because of
we don't want to screw with your brain too much, so we can let you go.
Sure. Thanks so much, guys. I just come check on me in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll check on you later.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right. Zorulda has a very ambitious goal list. I'm curious to see how much of that he manages to complete.
I was just asked by Candy Boots, does Isles count as a level to get all my warps in? And I told him yes. I'm pretty sure that's right?
Yeah, actually, Znern asked me the exact same question. I also said yes. For most things, Isles doesn't count as a level, but in this case, it's a pretty fully fledged level in terms of warps, so it can count.
Jeff phase swam.
Right. That's a hard one.
Unfortunately, I believe that it was out of the free tiny room, so it definitely is a useful phase swim.
Yeah.
I've told him he should just leave that one unchecked at the end. That's unfortunate. It's 12 points lost. It's a big one to kind of go autopilot on. But that's the risk to it, and that's why it's worth that many.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget, and also like it has a lot more implications than you would think. At least it's only 39 minutes in, so he can now use face tricks for the rest of this. If it was like an hour and 20 in, that would be heartbreaking.
Yeah. I hope he realizes that and he doesn't try to continue to stick with it through. He actually caught it himself and messaged me about it. I didn't see it happen. I was watching Adam do Block Tower because he's doing all of his factory barrels right now.
Right, doing all the bonus barrels in the level is a huge time investment. Adam's list of goals is actually, is it the shortest of all the runners? I think it is.
It's short, but they have meat. Like there's a lot of those with big point values.
Right. Znern asked me if Helm counts for warps, and I said no.
Clever though.
I mean, technically it is a level, and it does have warps in it, but it has 2 warps. It's a bit,
Should we message the people with warps to let them know that? If you did warps with
sure.
a level.
Wait, I'm gonna figure out who does have that. All warps.
I'll tell Candy Boots.
Okay, I think that it's only Znernicus and Candy Boots.
Okay.
So yeah, Adam has the shortest list of goals, but a lot of the goals that he selected are quite long. So he went for 3 restrictions: no face tricks, no guns, no instruments. And he's just going for a lot of golden bananas. So all the bonus barrels in fungi and factory, both car races, both beetle race. Which like we said earlier, the beetle race and no guns, no instruments is gonna pose a problem. I'm guessing either he just gives up the beetle race entirely, or he gives up no instrument for the beetle race twice. I think I would give up the beetle race entirely, so that way you don't even spend time doing that. But I guess if he finds himself with spare time, he might try it. And yeah, so the beetle race twice, and then all 7 bee blasts and puff toss as DK. And he has one goal that's worth 15 points, Rareware Golden Banana, which I'm really curious to see how he manages to get that without face tricks. Because I'm guessing he's not getting every single fairy. So he's gonna try and get it by like clipping into the room and then
I feel
doing
like
the ponytail twirl drop on the GB with some lag or something. It's possible, but it's really, really hard to do.
I was gonna say I feel like we've witnessed someone do it with oranges, like an orange clip through the wall once.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's definitely ambitious to try and do that.
We have 2 key 2 turns going on right now on stream. Jeff and Cfox are both watching Galleon Open. And they have to do that because they can't phase. Though there is a pretty easy way to get into Galleon without phasing.
Yeah. If you swim into like a corner of the geometry under the cable ship, you can just clip in without any phasing. I honestly still don't know exactly where that is. I almost never go for that, and whenever I do, I always like I'm not clipping and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, you can watch Adam do it right now.
Yeah. There we go.
It's so funny.
I think I usually get too low. Cfox is killing Goshas with oranges. I think he's got 2. I don't know if it's his last 2 or first 2. Oh, is he just reloading? That's really clever. He just death warped in Castle Lobby. Now he has another Gosha to kill. Or he's just entering at this point.
No, the goal is specifically 3 different koshas with oranges.
3 different Goshas, right. No fun allowed.
No. This is serious business.
Oh, we have 2 level intros going on at once. Castle and Factory. Right, so I guess we haven't talked with Adam yet. We could bring him in and see what he thinks about his goal choice. I think Adam has a pretty solid goal choice.
I think he's got a really good list. I think he's got a couple that contradict each other, but I think there's going to be a lot of that in a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, I think he can like drop maybe 1 or 2 goals and still like make the rest and have a solid score in the end.
Yeah.
Let's bring him in. Morning, Adam.
Mornin.
So, how was picking your goals in the first 10 minutes?
It's alright. One big mistake is I mean, it's fine, not a big deal, but I shouldn't pick no instruments.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, wondering if you had figured out
Because-
a strat too.
Like, there's one goal that you're supposed to get a railroad GB. Ideally, I should get 20 fairies, but I just realized I can't collect all of them without a gun. So I'm gonna have to use instrument for like the pause cancel to get it.
hmm
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to lose the points, which is fine.
Yeah, I think like it's you have to make the choices of like which goals you're leaving out and like based on how many points you would be losing to
Yeah.
make up for it. And how's the first half gone, and what's your plan for the second half?
I think after this, I mean, I'm gonna definitely complete Boom Boom Blast courses. I think I'm planning just to grab some GBs. I'm not sure how many I have right now for some Kongs, but definitely grab some. Maybe Lanky might be the play, but we'll see.
Are you enjoying your leisurely stroll through Puff Toss fight?
Oh, I'm about to die. I gotta be extra careful here.
All right, I'll let you focus on the rest of Puff Toss.
All right, or I've died.
Oh.
Rip. That's why Puff Toss says DK is worth a lot of points.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not great.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right. So yeah, lots of different strategies. I think I was trying to think like which two runners have the most similar strategies, and I can't think of any two runners that have similar strategies. Everyone
Yes.
went for very different sets of goals.
It's kind of the beauty of this.
hmm
There's so many different things you could do with it.
Yeah, we're actually thinking this challenge is something that could just be done like several times. Kind of like a bingo where like people just like get together and pick their goals for maybe a slightly reduced time after everyone's a little more aware of what the goals are, but just like pick a certain amount of time and pick some goals and then go and do them for the scores. I think people could definitely do this like close to 10 times or more before the meta starts being figured out. And
Yeah.
I think you tested this challenge a few times, right?
I tested it, I think, 6 or 7 times.
hmm
My best run through was a DK lanky chunky only run through where I got a whole bunch of DK stuff and I didn't free Diddy or Tiny.
I'm assuming taking the never free Diddy, never free Tiny goals.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get over 100?
I don't remember. I remember finishing early and I think I might have only had like 96 points or something.
Right. Yeah, I think like 100 is definitely doable, but I'm not convinced someone will manage to do that tonight. Maybe Candy Boots. Maybe if Znern is insane, but looking at his list of goals, I think Znern way overpicked goals and he's gonna end up having to give up a lot.
Yeah. There is a very real possibility people are back in the call because they finished their goals early.
Right.
I actually don't know if that's going to happen with this group, looking at these goals. Actually, Cfox is making a lot of progress.
Yeah, Cfox and TJ have fairly low amounts of points, so I'm thinking if anyone finishes before an hour and 30, it would be one of them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Adam has finally beaten Puff Toss, and Jeff is going for 30,000 points in arcade.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. So he's going for 30,000 on round 1, which is not ideal because you get 4,000 fewer points in round 1.
Oh.
Takes a death there. And also in adventure mode, you only have 1 life. So there's no way to like farm a bunch of points, die a couple times to reset the stage. So if you're getting 30,000 points, you need to like be efficient with your scoring and also not die. You can die once after you reach 10,000 points. So we found that like the best way to do this was for 30,000, it's you basically have to be in round 2 to get that many points, unless you're like a DK arcade player with expert point farming strats.
No, you need to be crazy good to do it in round 2. You actually, if you want to have any leniency, you need to do it in round 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like you have to be in round 2, but you basically like if you want to have like a real chance at it, like you have to play round 3, which is why this is worth 12 points. It's one of the most highest value goals because it's like deceptively difficult to score 30,000 in one round. I actually learned in the Cosmic video that staying at the end of the barrel stage like he did to jump over each barrel doesn't actually help you because you get 100 points per barrel you jump over, and the bonus timer goes down every time that DK puts out a barrel. Like it's not like a matter of like, oh, is the speed of one faster than the other? It literally ticks down when he puts out a barrel. Like that's the trigger. So for each barrel that he puts down, you get 100 points, but you lose 100 bonus. So you're just even. And if one of the barrels goes down the first ladder, then you miss out on that one and you start losing points. So overall, not worth jumping over the barrels at the end of the stage like that. I'm really focused on Jeff here. Meanwhile, Adam's gonna spend some time in Galleon.
What does Adam have to do in Galleon? Oh, he just did the Bee Blast.
Right.
He hasn't marked off Beat Puff Toss yet, but he has done that. We watched it happen.
Right. Hopefully, runners keep their goal list relatively up to date so we can have a decent idea of the scores. But Cfox is close to reaching the positive scores here. He's on negative 11 with 36 minutes to go. 35.
It's exciting. We don't have any positive scores yet.
All right. So we see here in round 1, Jeff has managed to score. He's probably going to be right around 20,000 total, maybe a little under 19,000. So he is short of that 30k. He can try again in round 2, but that's still going to be pretty hard. If he really wants to have a shot, he needs to do it in round 3. So for this, the best strat is really to hold on, Zorulda just did a phase walk. He doesn't have no phase tricks, right? Yeah, he doesn't. The best strat is really to do round 1 skip first with the spawn snag, and then either have an absolutely insane round 2 or get Nintendo coin and then go ahead.
Yeah, Jeff is taking all the extra time to break all the barrels he can.
Yeah. Oh no, the hammer ran out last second. In testing this, I managed to get 30,000 points in round 2. I think what I did is I was using a save state at the start of each level, and I think I used like loading the save state 2 or 3 times in round 2. And I was able to just barely get over 30,000 that way. I think if I like just had been playing the game normally, there's no way I would have managed a 30k in round 2 on the first try. It's actually really, really difficult. I think he might have given up on that goal. We'll see.
I think that that's an appropriate 12 points to give up with this much time left. Yeah, I think with the goals he has left, he's gonna, if he spends that much time getting 30,000 points in arcade for 12 points, he's gonna miss out on so many more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 25,000 is the much safer choice here, but it's hard to know before going in.
Yeah,
If you do like arcade normally, you get about like 22,000 in round 2. 25,000 requires just a bit more point farming. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the options they had, because get 30,000 points was in a purple box, was either 30,000 points, 25,000 points, or get Nintendo coin was, I think, the third option.
Mm-hmm. Jeff turning on production room, I believe, for one of his goals. So Zorulda, right? Zorulda has all 5 GBs in any level for 5 different Kongs, and he said he would do Chunky and Castle. Looks like he's also doing DK and Tiny and Japes now. So now with just a little over half an hour left, we still have nobody in the positive. Znernicus is still in 7th place.
TJ just bumped up to -6.
Yeah. So yes, Nern is still in last place with -153 at the moment. We did expect that at least one person would end up scoring in the negatives. But I think a lot of these runners will get there eventually. You know, especially like a lot of these longer goals, like anything that requires like turning in blueprints or something can like just be essentially done, but then you only finish it once you. What happened to Adam?
He's doing his underwater swim skew.
Oh, right. Right.
The
I forgot that was a thing.
Special. He loves doing that.
I thought that he was stuck in the long fall animation underwater.
I still don't understand how that's done. I've tried it before. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
There it is again.
Oh, right. He's doing no face tricks in Galleon.
Yeah.
So he's skewing everywhere. Oh, that's a good meme. I need to learn how that trick works, because I've never done it. All right.
We now have a half hour left.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Cfox in the positive.
Oh, there we go.
Congrats. First runner to end up in the plus.
Another big part of this is, like, you could look at your list of goals worth 197 points, just using Znern's number as an example. And you could have a full route out for it, but like if an hour in you're still missing out on levels and realizing that you're not going to be able to do your whole route, you have to be ready to abandon a whole bunch of things. And so
Yeah.
I'm curious how many like goals Znern is looking at, just wondering, oh god, I'm not going to be able to finish this.
What do I not
What
do?
do I not do?
Yeah.
Or if they're gonna stick to the route and just risk it all, which, you know, is an option if you think you might be able to get under, get it all done fast enough.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely with the amount of goals that Znern picked, I would be very surprised if he ended up like in with 100 points or more. I think he went for too many, and he's probably already well aware of that fact. It's pretty crazy, like having to figure out exactly how much stuff you're going to be able to do in an hour and a half. It's a tough ask, but they knew in advance they had 90 minutes to do this stuff, so then they're stuck with it. Thankfully, it looks like no one went for a list of goals so short that they end up finishing with a lot of time to spare.
Yeah.
I was a little scared that would happen, like someone just picking like 40 points and then just being done like 50 minutes in and twiddling their thumbs the rest of the time.
TJ's got 22 points right now.
Ooh, TJ just took the lead. I saw him on like 5 just a few moments ago. Probably not 5 because they make points in even amounts, but
Well, their points go up by twice as much as what the point is worth.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If their potential is an even number, they can never have an
Oh,
odd number
yeah.
of points, and if their potential is odd, they can never have an even number of points.
He had 6 points.
Zorulda 19 GBs, making decent progress. Adam with the classic strats, ledge clips and trough and scuff, because phase walking is not allowed. For him at least. I bet that TJ was really happy to see that no face trick
Oh yeah.
goal.
Free 12 points for TJ. With
Yeah.
a couple things he has to change here and there because of phase swimming, but
Yeah. Although it's not phase swimming, it's just swim through vertical walls.
it's
There's no
phase
trick.
swimming. Get out of here.
I'm saying that because I think just last night or 2 days ago he was talking about how he would never call it face swimming. He will call it swim through vertical walls until the day he dies. But I think he is still aware that it counts as a face trick.
Yeah. Do you want to check your messages, Smith?
Sorry, did I get a message that I didn't see? Oh yeah. All right. TJ's at 40 points now. He might actually end up finishing. Let me check what he has left. Oh, he only has complete both face puzzles. He's about to be done. If he can do both face puzzles with no face tricks, looks like he's gonna be finished. So looks like he is gonna end up on 72 points. And now the question is, will anyone beat that? 72 is actually pretty decent.
The way that we're doing tie breaks are highest number of points after 90 minutes wins flat out. And then if they're tied for points, it's whoever
Failed the least
failed the
challenges,
least
right? Yeah.
goals, I believe.
Right, the least goals. We have like several layers of tie breaks, and if like somehow they manage to to still be tied at the end of all that, then they end up tying. But
It doesn't
I
look
think
like
with
anyone's
the
gonna tie.
yeah, I was gonna say the way that their goal list went, I think there's no way that anyone would tie, even if they tie in points. Zorulda going for key 3. Oh, beat Majak is lanky probably is one of his goals.
Yep.
Unless he hasn't been checking his goals completed. Znernicus on minus 143 with 22 minutes to go is starting to look really stressful.
Oh! I love that strat that Adam just used. Yeah, for there only being 20 minutes left, there's still a lot of goals unchecked on this board we have here. I'm really starting to get nervous for some of this.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out something. TJ said that there are a few goals that he thought that he picked and then he like didn't have them, and I'm just trying to find if there's a way for me to verify that something happened that wasn't meant to happen.
Welcome to bonus stage.
What is he saying that he selected but isn't doing?
He was talking about DK4 and 2 DK blueprints that he wanted that he doesn't have. But yeah, I just don't think there's a way for me to check if like he did check them and they were unchecked or something. But he said it's fine.
I mean, if he unchecked them without realizing while he was thinking, there's nothing we can really do about that. if that's what the issue is, right?
Sorry. What were you saying?
If he unchecked something while he was thinking, there's nothing we could do about that. Like, if he clicked something on and he just happened to unclick it because he was thinking and he forgot to put it back on or something, like, I don't think we have a way of telling that.
Yeah, and I don't think there would be a way for me to check like what everyone did during the 10 minutes.
Yeah. I think Jeff is going for 500 color bananas and a level in japes right now. Ooh,
All
just
right.
got in. Adam was fighting the timer to get in here.
Nice. So at this point, we have to think, is anyone actually going to be able to match TJ's 72 points? Because they have 17 minutes to go. Cfox literally can't do it. It's impossible. He can only get up to 57.
Znern has, Znern is at negative 139. I'm so afraid for him right now. I'm like rooting so hard for him to pull ahead into the positives at least, or into at least like negative 50 territory.
Yeah, I will say I'm also very concerned at the amount of points that he's managed to get in the first 73 minutes.
Has he already marked off his restriction goals? That's another question, because not everyone has.
He didn't. So that's like 32 points that if he doesn't free Diddy or Chunky, that he's just gonna get for free at the end.
Right.
But he does have like... well, okay, so he does like have all the warps in 5 different levels, all blue, green, purple, and yellow warps. So that's the kind of thing that, like I said, can all be completed really quickly at once at the end. So he could like all of a sudden get like, what is it, 16, 22, 28, 72 points within like 5 or 6 minutes if he just gets all those goals in the last level that he visits or something.
I hope all of the offline runners are streaming with their mics on right now, because I'm very interested to know what all their thought processes are.
Yeah. Yeah, Lanky doing Magic right now on Cfox's stream. This is one of the last things that he's doing.
He just had a phase reset not long ago, I think.
Is he doing orang stand jumps?
I think so.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay. Well, I think it's kind of hard. No, he's just doing regular jumps. He's not doing orang stand jumps. Doing the real hardcore way. He's on at least... Okay, he's on phase 4. I was going to say he's on at least phase 3 now.
Oh, we're seeing some more jumps from the really low negative runners here.
Znernicus is starting to rack up the points.
And Znern are both starting to get their points back.
I like that. With less than 15 minutes to go, Jeff is 3rd place with negative 54. This has been...
Oh! Candy Boots and Zorulda were briefly tied, but Zorulda pulled ahead.
This has been a bit more of an adventure as I expected from everyone. Alright, Cfox just has one switch to hit in the far corner. Probably gonna take his time here, yeah. And
like
Mad Jack with Lanky is done.
I like that he was maximizing lag by keeping the camera completely zoomed out and fixed.
Yeah. Lag augmentation strats.
Jeff has to be getting close on the colored bananas here.
Oh.
What?
Znernicus picked way too many goals, but he intended to unselect a bunch of them. But he didn't realize that he ran out of time.
Did he message you that?
Not even ashamed, just type that in chat. That is tragic.
Oh.
I was like,
No.
how insane does he think he is at the game to do all of that stuff in an hour and a half? Turns out it wasn't hubris. It was
Dang.
just running out of time. He didn't look at the timer. Now that's rough. Well, he has 12 minutes to pick up 160 points now. But if he manages to do it,
I hope he's left some behind. Like, I hope he's got a plan for the last 13 minutes here to rack up whatever he can.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Sorry, DJ.
Cfox is 3 points below TJ.
Yeah, well, TJ does have no face tricks. That's basically in the bank. Cfox, we're looking at enter every level, race the car only once, which I think he's doing right now, and all 4 bonus barrels in Japes that he hasn't finished. So I'm guessing by now he might just have like maybe Helm left, maybe like Helm and Fungi possibly. And so he might actually be able to finish all of the goals if he only has a couple bonus barrels left in Japes and 1 level to go, something like that. So Cfox could be looking at a 57 total. I think TJ's gonna get the 72. I think he's probably in the middle of the last face puzzle, and he's just gonna jump up to 72 as soon as that's finished. Actually, me.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Well, right now they're all doing a challenge that is completely up to them. Whatever they're doing is completely up to them, and they have 90 minutes to just get as much done as possible.
Yeah,
but the speed runs for this game, any percent is a little under a half an hour. And then 101% is about 5.5.
Yeah, and the sort of like 70-star category called no levels early is just about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
Our runners now have 10 minutes left. It's
I'd say the...
Cfox is in the lead. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna add to that comment saying that Banjo-Kazooie and DK64 no levels early are actually kind of similar speedruns in some ways, and they have very similar links. All right, back to 9 minutes left.
And 9 minutes left, and only 2 of our runners have gotten out of the negatives.
Yeah. Do we think any other runner will get out? I think Zorulda might be able to.
I think, depending on what Candy Boots has left, if he's like pumping out a bunch right at the end, I think Candy Boots and Adam could pull it out, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is probably gonna help you a bit. So they picked a bunch of goals in the first 10 minutes, and the goals have a point value, and goals that they haven't completed, they lose the points for them. And goals that they did complete, they gain the points. So
This is what
currently, everything
our...
that isn't checked on this list of goals that the 4 featured runners picked, everything that isn't checked, they are losing the points for them currently. So they start at negative, like 50, negative 70 points, and then they kind of get out of that hole by completing all their goals. Yeah, it's a bit like a bingo card that they build themselves, and then they have 90 minutes to do as much as possible. And looks like pretty much almost every single runner we have is gonna end up having to give up a couple of them.
Jeff's at
I
negative
think-
6.
Yeah, I think Jeff is gonna get out of the
Yeah.
negatives for sure. And I think Cfox is gonna manage to get his 57 points a little bit before the end. Unless he has like all 4 bonus barrels left and he doesn't quite manage to do it in time. If he has all 4, it's gonna be really close. 7 minutes is a bit tight to do that. I think it's doable, but I'm not sure if he's gonna manage. Well, that's always a relative blast because we started 1 a.m. my time, which is by no means early.
Yeah, this is the only race for tonight.
Ooh, Cfox just voided out.
Ooh.
That's not great. Lanky Bush, a rare sight. I don't think he's gonna go for it.
Oh, Adam's getting his second beetle race in now. I think he
Zorulda is
can...
also getting a beetle race.
I think Adam can finish this, the baboon blasts as well in this time, can't he?
Yeah, if it's his last one, then he might be able to get out of the negatives as well. The cool thing about Znernicus that ended up trapped with a bunch of goals and doing horribly is he doesn't care at all because he's already maxed out in points with the maximum possible of 100 by winning 5 different challenges.
Yeah, so this race was kind of a formality. As of last challenge, the playoffs have been set in the 4 people that are going to be participating in them. And we'll talk more about that after this race. But the pressure was totally off for this race, so... I'm just excited to see who wins. Especially because they're going to have to mark off their restriction goals at the end, and all the scores are going to jump. Oh, Znernicus! Znernicus just went up to negative 73. I think did he tick off his restriction goals? Yeah, Znernicus at
He
negative
did.
67 now. He just
Yeah, he did.
jumped up.
So TJ just confirmed to me that he finished, so he's not getting any higher than 40.
Oh. Does he
so,
wanna come in?
I think he might come in for the results.
Okay.
But he does not have no face tricks ticked, which means he might have done it accidentally or something.
Oh.
And he doesn't have both face puzzles, but he confirmed to me that he was done and that his marks were correct.
Okay. We are seeing these scores bump up a little bit, the negatives. Is Jeff gonna
Yeah,
be
but-
able to get out of the negatives? He's so close.
4 minutes to go. Cfox is racing to get his final barrels as well. I didn't follow closely enough to know how many he has left, but he's honestly looking very good to win this, considering TJ is not going to go any higher than 40. If Znern doesn't end last. Yeah, if considering that he probably ended up with like 10 more goals than he anticipated, if he ends up scoring decently, that's definitely a win.
Yeah, so Cfox has definitely won this. I think we can safely say at this point. But
It's not impossible that someone could get a bunch of high-scoring ones
what
at the
is
end. But...
what is happening with Zner's scores right now?
Negative 19. Oh my god!
Shut up!
If
No way!
if he pulls out a win out of his
So
ass,
good.
I'm banning him from the dongle.
This is so good.
Oh my god! There's no way he wins, right?
Well,
2.5 minutes.
Still, everyone has the restriction goals to mark off.
Right. Yeah, we could see a bunch of quick jumps near the end for anyone that didn't mark their restriction goals until the very end. I know Znern did mark them, but not that long ago.
They're gonna be continuing to play for about 15 seconds after our timer's done. Jeff for probably closer to 40 because of the delays. But, yeah, they got a little over 2 minutes left.
Ooh, Adam's doing possibly his final B blast here. That's a decently high scoring one.
Jeff's in the positives.
There we go.
He just finished DK Pop Toss.
Nice.
Znern has 17 points.
Oh my god. There's no way.
Yeah, he must have routed his so well at the end to be...
He can't keep getting away with this.
$37. There's no way he wins this.
Oh
I
my
will
God.
lose my mind if he wins this challenge.
Alright, Cfox has maybe just Matt Maismall to go. For 10 points, because it's worth 5.
Oh my gosh, there's 1 minute left. So Cfox can bump this up to his total here. He'll get 57. It's just a matter of can Znern beat that in his last minute. Oh, Cynthia, people were loving your art. We were talking about it for like 5 straight minutes. Everyone loved it. Znern won. Get out of here.
Oh my god.
No way. This is, I mean,
Alright, time is done.
time up. Let me hide this from stream.
Oh my god, I hate this one.
Uh,
That's stressful.
Morning.
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 That was very tough.
Yeah, I meant to uncheck a few things before the timer ran out, but the spreadsheet got
Same.
locked, and
Oh.
I knew that I couldn't uncheck them at that
Yeah,
point.
that really messed me up.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, the 10 minutes was just up so much quicker than I would have thought.
Yeah, same. It feels so much quicker than I thought.
We definitely were surprised by some of the goal lists that we saw.
Like I had straight up contradictions, like never free Kongs and then like defeat K. Rool. Is like I didn't think I had K. Rool still. I thought I had taken it off, but that's just 15 points down the drain.
I had like all the creepy castle bonus barrels, and I had no instruments, and I was like, well, shit, I have to use instrument for
Yeah, I
for
just
Lincoln's
realized.
dungeon. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but I thought the idea was really, really, really good. I
Yeah.
think we just needed more time for routing. I think if we had like
I
pre-race,
think the goal list
So-
was just too long.
Yeah.
So after peak gameplay, we actually changed the time limit. It used to be 6 minutes.
No way.
And we were
you
like,
couldn't even read
Wow.
all the goals in 6 minutes.
Wow.
Like 10
Yeah,
minutes was
that's-
barely enough time to
that-
just parse what all the goals are because you have
Yeah.
100 plus goals.
Well, that's why
It's
we
I had
changed
a
it.
hard time
That's,
reading them.
That's
yeah.
why we changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna really quick give you guys the lowdown of the scores. What happened here?
I don't even know. I need to double check one of my goals.
I mean, mine is
Has-
I have a negative score.
Can everyone mark off the restriction goals that they finished, please?
I did.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
we'll do that
work on
real
that.
quick
Of course, I didn't complete those. Because the rare GB is a huge mistake
Okay,
to pick.
I think we're good.
Oh.
Okay, so we had Candy Boots with -40. Then we had 6th place Zorulda with -28. And then 5th place we had Adam with -3.
Yeah, that was big.
4th place we had Jeff with 18. Then 3rd place we had TJ with 40. 2nd place was Cfox with 47, and Znern, who was in last place for about an hour and 25 minutes, pulled ahead right at the end with 65 points.
Okay.
I was in the negatives until like maybe 10 minutes to go.
Standing in front of my last bonus barrel, which would have put me
Oh.
at 57. So it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh.
I was like, you better have more than
That
57.
was some good estimation. I thought I might be finishing in the negative for the longest time on this one. I had who had the most potential points?
You.
It was you.
Probably, right?
You by a lot.
Yeah, I realized I meant to uncheck so many other things. A lot of things I was like checking the goal as like, oh, this is a neat idea I could maybe try. And then like suddenly there's like 10 seconds left to decide and I'm like, oh crap. I like left so many things checked that like there's no way I'll ever get to.
I greatly underestimated how awful Mad Jack's Lanky is.
I started that one and bailed on it.
I had such a good Mad Jack as Lanky.
Well, you know you can
Really?
do orange stand jumps,
I
right?
had,
with Mickey?
I had
Ow.
18 points.
Well.
Who was in? I had 18 points. Who was in front of me?
TJ
Cfox.
with 40, then Cfox 47.
All right,
and Snare.
TJ. Just so you know, I would have beaten you by 2 points, but I autopiloted and phase swam out of freeing Tiny because I had no phase tricks.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I autopiloted and did wet escape right off the bat.
Oh,
No. Oh no.
I actually
Classic.
didn't do that. I used the other tricks to get out of training grounds. I hope you catch that before the stream cuts out.
What'd you end up doing?
I used like a skid jump clip, a skid jump clip. Actually, no, I did skid jump long jump clip out of the
Nice.
tunnel thing.
Wait, let me double check that I have 8 fairies. That's kind of important.
I didn't. I
10 fairies, sorry.
actually,
Yeah,
And
I
I-
do.
and also Galliani used skew swims a lot.
Oh yeah, please keep your list of goals intact so we can look at them.
Yeah, I'm
With
not
the
touching
bugs.
them. I'm curious to hear what people's list was like, but that could be a very long discussion.
Yeah.
Sounded like a lot of people did no face tricks. I did no face tricks.
I didn't. I relied heavily on the phase tricks. I did
did not do
limited Kongs. That was my strategy. And I don't know if that. I figured like if I do some global goals that don't require certain Kongs to be freed, then I'll just like get 8
Damn.
points for Never Free Diddy, 8 points for Never Free Chunky. And I tried to do like all warps of various colors. I messed up and forgot that Diddy is needed for a yellow warp. I had a plan to get it. If I had time at the end, I would free Diddy in castle. Well, not really free him, but like play as him out of the castle boss, never tag him, and go straight to Japes from castle and get the last yellow warp. But at some point I realized I'm already going to be negative on so many other things, like I'm just going to abandon yellow warps. But it did let me get all warps in 5 different levels, which was pretty nice.
I fell like 4 times in Mad Jack. If it weren't for that, I would have finished my list with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, every single person had to give up at least one goal.
I had to
I have to
give
give
up
up-
2. Actually, no.
I had to give up 12 goals.
Actually, no, I have like 1,
Or
2,
11,
3,
11
4,
maybe.
5 goals. I only finished 1.
16.
I finished 6.
I was also like, I did 2 spawn snags. I wanted to do a third, or sorry, no, it was 2 GBs with the wrong Kong, but I never got back to doing Castle Car Race. I didn't realize until too late that like that was the only other reasonable one I could have done.
I would have had more goals, but I ran out of time.
I was gonna say one thing we.
For that, I did Seal Race.
I could have done Seal Race with Lanky and Seal Race with Tiny.
Yeah,
But
there's
then-
also Mill GB.
But I
yeah,
also
one,
put as DK as a goal, so I wanted to do that one.
I was gonna say one thing we kind of hoped for with this challenge is it's gonna be interesting to run again many times because the goal list is so expensive.
really
You
is,
can
yeah.
like just we could like set this up kind of like a bingo race where everyone just like has
We
like
should-
some amount of time to pick up
Yeah,
the
fun.
number
We
of
should
goals.
just
and
do
then-
this
Yeah.
more often. This looks a lot of fun.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
I
pretty
think
good.
we could easily do this like at least 10 to 15 times before meta starts being figured out. And
Let's
like, there's obviously some imbalance here and there, but
Yeah.
let's plan to do that. I really like this idea a lot. This is
I
my
wanna-
favorite idea. Has the most potential. I think the execution could have been a little more precise, but I think like with this kind of thing, like there's always gonna be like, for lack of a better term, beta testing.
Yeah.
73. Oh, wait. Did I get enough? No, that's 200, not 300. Yeah. No, I was pretty sure I did not have 300 color bananas with DK, but that was one goal where it's like, I don't have time to count. I'm just going to hope that I got enough, and I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't mark it as completed. I think I might have been pretty close, though. 130, 140.
All right, well,
190,
GG's guys.
50. Yeah, I got. Oh no, did I really get like 280 or 290? That's sad.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, whatever.
all right. Well,
Really
I
quick.
would-
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say before we end stream, I just wanna say like, open races are over now, and this was a whole lot of fun, and thank you everyone for participating. We have 3 final races that are gonna be the playoff races, and we know who our playoffs competitors are gonna be. It's gonna be Znern, TJ, Candy Boots, and Mr. Tea Kettle. So it's up to you for when the next race happens, because now that it's, you know, down to so few
I see.
people. Do we want to show the hint for that one, or do we want to wait till we have a date for the race?
I think we should wait until we have a date.
Yeah.
And also, like, the
that makes
playoff races, even though, like, you know, it's a playoffs, there's still, like, challenges that anyone could still join at the same time and
Yeah.
play.
There's still going to be, like, open race times if anyone wants to join in. It's just that, like, the tournament itself is down to these people. And they'll be the ones that are going to be on Restream.
I'm not even ashamed
Makes
wants us to show the hint anyways.
Should we?
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to schedule it for this week. Right?
This week?
Right, everyone? Well, for next week.
We could try next Saturday. I mean, just a week from today would make sense. Unless you want to do Tuesday as well.
I will say I do have some amount of time in the next like couple of weeks that I'm going to be out of town, but we'll see. I like don't know exactly when. Oh, rip the prediction. Nobody.
I'm looking around at everyone's goal lists. I was curious to see the correlation between like how many goals selected and placement. Oh, Candy Boots had a lot of goals on his list too.
Yeah, it looks like I had the least potential points.
I don't have a lot.
I think that was a very good idea. I think it was
TJ doesn't have
probably better to
Where
play it
being
safe.
bad came in handy. I assume I wasn't going to get a lot of them.
I think if there were like maybe instead of 10 minutes there were like 12 minutes or something, then I would have taken off more goals. I was just like so stressed out in all of that 10 minutes that I kept adding goals and I didn't even look
Same
at my
here,
final
Candy.
list.
No, I couldn't even look at my final list or like parse it until after the time had gone up, and I realized like, okay, I can't do that, can't do that, can't do that, like right off the
Yeah,
bat.
I immediately had some
banana
like
shoes.
inconsistencies with mine. Like, I put no instruments as one of my conditions, but I also had make the llama spit, and I was like, dude, just a
Yeah.
free 2 points that I lose.
Yeah, I feel like either the same timer but fewer goals in the list, or longer timer. Just because reading time takes a while, let alone looking for synergy.
I had like a list of like close to 200 goals that I had ideas for, and if we did want to do these again, we could make like a list of maybe like 60 or 70 instead and just have them randomized if we ever wanted to do
Oh, that's
something like
neat.
this again.
Yeah,
That would be really
that sounds
fun,
like
yeah.
a great idea.
It's starting to sound a lot like just playing bingo.
Yeah, this one felt a lot like bingo.
Choose your own bingo.
This is like bingo bonanza.
Yeah, that's a great name. You should use that.
Ticket,
Bonanza.
ticket to bingo.
This is DK64 bingo bonanza.
The scoring was inspired by Ticket to Ride.
I thought about Ticket to Ride
that's
when
what
I
I
saw the
thought.
rules.
I thought that.
Ticket to Ride's a great game.
I play that game kind of regularly with Not Even Ashamed. So like, yeah, it's a fun
We've
game.
all we've all had that greedy game of going for like 12 destinations and ending up making 3 and getting like negative 60 points.
Funny story about Ticket to Ride. There was a girl when I was in college who tried to court me using Ticket to Ride, and I'll never forget that was one of the most weird experiences of my entire life. But man, did I enjoy Ticket to Ride. It was the first time I played.
So it worked.
I had a great time with the game. I never saw her again.
Aw.
We have the hint on stream.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. My wife did take my DK plushie for a photo shoot at some point, and I didn't know what it would be for. But okay.
How
Pretty
in the
cool.
world is there a Donkey Kong Burger
it?
King logo?
Wait, yeah. How did she make the logo? That has to be handmade.
That is a top
Honey,
tier
what did you do?
image.
I think she sewed it into the hat
How in the world?
or drew it, maybe. Yeah. It almost looks like it's sewn in, but I guess it could be like
That's
markers.
so good.
It's really funny.
That's incredible.
Burger Kong.
Burger Kong.
Something funky related?
The eyes.
Might be something funky related.
I just realized that nobody voted for me in the poll. God.
Well, also nobody voted for Zorulda, so
He has 10
What?
points.
For what?
For what?
on the
There was a
channel
prediction in
function.
chat.
On-frame winner?
I think there weren't many votes for the prediction, so they
Oh.
only ended up going for 2 different people.
You might want to audit my run for the warps. I believe I got all blue, green, and purple warps, but you know, that's not something I could easily double check.
Yeah, so we could have
I'll
a
rewatch.
surprise Cfox
The
victory.
viewers know that
everyone.
I've watched.
Missed 2 of the warp things for me to catch up, I think.
And as
Even
far as all
then-
warps in 5 levels,
I hope
I'm counting Aztec, Isles, Castle, Factory, and Fungi.
the way I exit trading ground captures, because I don't want people to think, oh, I actually face swim out. I actually did.
There was a moment that I face swimmed and then immediately went back. Like I didn't do anything with it. I'm assuming that's
Oh.
fine.
That's as long as you corrected it after. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
fine.
Yeah.
I
That should be
did.
fine.
I actually face swim in Galleon accidentally because I was trying to skew swim into the cannon game room. I was like, oh shoot. Okay, I'm just gonna pause exit out.
Yeah, if you immediately notice and gain no advantage from it, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Kind
That
of
would
like
have
As
been
long as you
really
don't
nice
like
to
use
know.
it.
I also really hope I didn't forget a rainbow coin. That would
it's
kind of
it's
ruin
similar to
things.
like in bingo when like you have like no banana port warps and you take one. If you take it right back, it's fine.
When I was like doing the whole run, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend I'm on Japanese version.
So, what were everyone's restriction goals then? It sounds like a few people
Mine was
got no
snowy
phase walks. What was that,
No
Zorulda?
I
face-
decided to
face
not
swim,
get
no
snowy
tiny.
face-
cements. But I
I
ended
just
up.
had no phase tricks and enter 5. So that was it.
I should have picked no instruments. I never ended up getting any.
Yeah, I just realized that too.
That was one that I had checked early on and then unchecked it when I checked something else that may require an instrument, and then like undid the other one and never put back. Yeah, there was just never enough time to like get my list in order.
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's
It was
really
our
funny to
first time.
see 197 potential points and get 65.
It's a very good thought experiment, regardless.
Right, so how many points if I accurately picked only what I could complete, what would the score be? In retroactively speaking, it would be like another.
That would be the average between them, so that's 131.
Jeez.
Yeah, I knew that was the only way I was gonna do good if people like just way overestimated.
Which is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I was pretty happy with that until Magic, because I 100% would have finished if I didn't fall in
How
Magic.
how close? How much time did you have left over at the end? Like, did you undershoot by too much? Like, did you
No, I
complete all the
have
goals
like
and
I'm
have like?
standing in front of the
minutes
last
left?
bonus barrel I have to do,
Yeah, I
At
think
You could have
140.
done it.
I think TJ's the only one who finished before.
and it's like Jape's lanky bonus barrel. Like it would have taken me like 30 seconds.
Oh wow! So you really estimated like super well.
Yeah, and I voided out earlier too. There was a ton of like really small mistakes that I would have finished if I hadn't done.
Did anyone else forget what a massive undertaking 30,000 points in TK Arcade would be?
I
I
had
think
like
I
no
think you're the only one who
memory.
picked
I
it.
have no reference. Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah, I
like
had no
bother.
idea like how many points you normally would have, so I did do Nintendo coin, but I decided not to go for the extra score.
Yeah, so we did some testing. 30,000 points is you need to be a god gamer to do that in round 2, which is why it was worth as many points as it was. Ideally you would first get round 1 skip, do Nintendo coin, and then go back for round 3 to get even more points to get 30,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
25,000 is pretty easily doable because usually like if you just speedrun round 2 you get about 21,000, maybe 19,000. Like if you die in a level to get some extra points you get like 22ish. But if you're like farming for points it's somewhat easy to get 25,000 with a death for extra points, but 30,000 is really really difficult. It's possible in round 2, but we didn't expect anyone to get that in round 2.
Did anyone else pick Shutdown Blastomatic?
Nope.
I did, and I'm very happy with that one because I went into Helm. I have all blue warps, and also 10 fairies. So I went over, got the blue warps, got the key 8 room fairies, and then did the height boost to go to Diddy's room. And you don't need Diddy. I had never freed Diddy, but you can do both his mini games with Phage Trick. So I went up with Tiny because she could backflip high enough to get into the room. So I thought that was like a very good value for 11 points.
That is a trick I haven't done since 2010, back when 80% it was single segment.
Yeah.
I only learned it for the Uber challenge like last November. And it was helpful that I did attempt it in the very previous challenge with the wait, am I spoiling, Adam, or have you done the challenge yet?
Challenge 8, no.
Okay. Well, yeah. I got to complete that trick this time around, whereas I wasn't able to get it done in the last challenge.
All right, so I think we should end the stream here. But I hope everyone enjoyed, even though it was a rough one. It was the last challenge. It was meant to be difficult.
I think the thing is, like, it was only as difficult as we made it. Like, and
yeah, we dug our own graves for sure.
yeah, everyone did. Like, a couple of people. It's like if you do nothing, you
really
get like
happy
what,
with
4th
myself.
place or something. Like, if you boot up the game, you pick some restriction goals and do nothing else, you get like 20 points for free, and get like easy 3rd place.
Who's doing? Was that TJ doing the?
Wait, is that true? You could start up the game and you could pick don't free any of the other Kongs besides DK, or even DK itself if you never
You
tagged
could
him.
pick all the restrictions.
Oh no, you're
and
only allowed to
just-
pick 3 restrictions,
You
right?
could pick 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
but you
did,
just say,
you
like-
did need to pick at least 4 actual goals, so you needed to actually
Oh,
like
so
it could be
get
like
off
the
your ass
super
and do
tiny,
something.
like
But yeah,
it could be like
it was possible to
1
get
or 2
pretty
pointers.
free, like 40, 50 points by doing like a minimal amount of stuff in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the
anyway,
fact that like the winning score, I don't know what you thought the winning score would be, like over 100.
personally, I expected somewhere between like 90 and 110 as the winning score, or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we all overestimated for the most part, except for
All right.
Cfox and TJ.
So thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for racing, everyone, and see you
Thanks for
for the
having us.
playoffs.